want a divorce.
What? You've been gone since the day before yesterday, and now you just drop this?
Yeah, because what's the point in coming home? You're the only one there. It's boring, empty. I feel nothing when I walk through that door.
We don't have kids. Our parents live apart. Of course it's just me at home. That's normal. That's our life.
But I can't stand it anymore. It's not about the silence or the house. It's you. I hate being your wife. It's suffocating. So I'm done. Let's just end it.
Sure, just send over $15,000 in alimony and we'll call it even.
What?
And don't expect to split any assets. In fact, we won't be doing a 50-50 split because based on your little adventures and how much you blew on hotel rooms, gifts, and drinks with your boyfriend, you've already wasted close to $20,000 of our shared finances.
Wait, what are you even talking about?
Don't even try it. I know everything. You've been staying at his apartment, haven't you?
That's not... How did you...
I checked the credit card records, hotel bookings, ride shares, spa visits charged to our joint account. Not to mention the GPS logs from the car you left parked near his place for 3 days. You really thought you were being discreet?
You were watching me?
Didn't need to. You left a digital trail so wide even a blind man could follow it. And don't worry, your charming little side piece, I'll be billing him for damages too. Adultery comes with a price.
Hold on, wait. I'll come back and we can talk about this face to face, okay?
Sure, but just so you know, the lease on the apartment already canceled. My stuff's been moved out.
What?
I cleaned out my things yesterday, took photos, documented everything. Oh, and by the way, you might want to drop by quickly.
Why?
Your beloved designer handbags, the ones you guard like they're your own children, yeah, they're still sitting there. If you don't come by tomorrow, I'm giving the landlord permission to trash anything left inside.
Are you out of your mind? Tomorrow? That's Monday.
Exactly. Clock's ticking, sweetheart.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You wanted out. I'm helping.
You're unbelievable. You're so cold, so heartless. You think this makes you look strong? It makes you pathetic.
I'll let my lawyer know to expect a call from yours. You can direct any further whining through them.
I hate this side of you. I've always hated it.
And yet you thought I'd be soft enough to let you cheat, lie, steal money, and still walk away clean?
You're an absolute monster.
No, I just finally stopped pretending.
Mike, it's been what, 10 years? I went through so much trouble just to get your new number.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, come on. What kind of greeting is that? You sound like you expected me to call.
I heard from the mutual friend you tricked into giving it to you. Apparently you spun some ridiculous story about how I've been dying to get back together with you, and they fell for it. They called me right after, apologizing like crazy for leaking my number. So yeah, I was expecting this mess.
Well, that's silly. They shouldn't apologize. They should be thanked. They're the sweet little Cupid that reunited us. Don't you feel the romance?
Romance? No, I feel a headache. I told them exactly how I felt, by the way.
Why? Why would you say that?
Really? The fact that you have to ask that makes me want to ask you why.
Wait, I get it. You're embarrassed.
What?
You meant to contact me first, didn't you? But then you realized, oops, you didn't have my number anymore. And then you hesitated, and the years just kept passing. Until now, 10 years later, here we are.
What the hell are you even talking about? I haven't once, not even once, wanted to see you again since the day we divorced. I deleted your contact info myself, changed my number intentionally.
Yeah, of course. I get it. You're trying to save face. You regret acting out of anger back then, don't you?
Regret? No! If anything, I've never been more certain about a decision in my life.
Oh, come on. You're just being shy. I know it deep down. You're glad I called, aren't you?
Not even a little. You seriously think this was some kind of grand romantic move? Because from my perspective, it's just pathetic.
Aw, don't play dumb. You missed me. You just didn't know how to admit it. All this denial? It's classic Mike. The dodging, the sarcasm, it's just a cover-up for the love that's still there.
Okay, you clearly haven't changed a bit. What's next? Are you gonna tell me my promotion had something to do with you, too?
Actually, yes. You did become a CEO 3 years ago, didn't you?
I did. Again, that has nothing to do with you.
Oh, please. Don't be silly. Of course it has to do with me. How could it not? You became the man you are today because of our story. Because of the pain, the heartbreak. Because you lost me.
You seriously believe that, don't you?
I know it. When I heard about your promotion, I thought, wow, he's done so well, but he must be lost without me. And then it hit me. Maybe you couldn't reach out because you lost my number. So I decided to do the kind thing. I contacted you myself. Isn't that sweet?
No, it's disturbing.
Come on. Now that we've reconnected, you can stop pretending. I'll forgive the cold shoulder and we can start over. Let's get married again.
Absolutely not.
What?
Are you seriously under the impression that everything I've worked for, every accomplishment, every step forward was all for you?
Well, yeah.
Wrong. Dead wrong. Everything I've achieved these past 10 years, my career, my peace of mind, my sanity, all of it came because I got away from you.
Huh?
Leaving you was the best thing that ever happened to me. The moment the divorce papers were finalized, I felt like a massive weight had been lifted off my life. You weren't inspiration, you were a curse.
Mike.
And you know what's funny? I didn't even realize how toxic you were until I saw how peaceful life could be without you. No chaos, no manipulative games, just silence, progress, and freedom.
You're exaggerating.
Am I? Then how come after the divorce I stopped losing sleep? How come after the divorce I built a business from the ground up without a single sabotage from someone who claims to love me? How come every person in my life now lifts me up instead of dragging me down?
But we had something special.
You cheated on me. You drained our savings. You humiliated me. There was nothing special about it, except how spectacularly I managed to rebuild after you left.
I thought we had a connection.
You thought wrong. We don't have anything. We never did. And just because I picked up the phone this once doesn't mean I want you back in my life. It just means I wanted to make one thing very clear.
Mike.
I will never, ever get back together with you. And I will never speak to you again. So lose this number. For good.
Wait, can't we at least meet?
Goodbye.
Mike, seriously, how could you block me? That's so cruel. But guess what? I got a brand new phone just so I could talk to you again.
Alice, you changed your phone just to contact me again? Do you even hear yourself? That's actually terrifying.
Oh, stop. You're just being shy again. I get it. You're flustered, so it comes out as sarcasm and insults. Classic Mike. But you're hurting my feelings, you know?
No, this isn't shyness. This is me telling you my actual feelings, written clearly in black and white.
Okay. Anyway, so can you give me your current address? I forgot to ask when I got your number. Silly me. Also, when should we submit our marriage registration form?
What?
You already submitted it for us, didn't you? Aw, you big softy. That's so you. Always one step ahead.
I'm married to someone else.
Wait, what?
I said I married another woman almost 6 years ago.
That's not possible. If you got married, then what was all this for? The 10 years you spent working so hard? Don't tell me they weren't for me.
I've already told you again and again, nothing I've done since our divorce has anything to do with you. You're just cherry-picking whatever suits your fantasy and tossing out all the facts.
I just thought...
Of course you did. You always just think. You assume, you invent, and none of it has anything to do with reality.
So, you really remarried?
Yes, and we have 3 kids, a happy, stable family. Everything you never gave me.
No, this can't be. If you're married, then what happens to us?
There is no us. There hasn't been for a decade.
But I thought you still loved me. You were just waiting for the right moment. You couldn't possibly move on from me that easily. So that means you married that woman for status, didn't you? Because her dad's the company president? You only said yes to chase the CEO position, right? You're going to divorce her eventually and come back to me, right?
You've really gone off the deep end.
I knew it. You're just putting on a show right now, but deep down, you still want me. I'll be your CEO wife. Just admit it.
Are you even listening to yourself? Do you realize how unhinged you sound?
I'm just saying what we both already know.
Enough.
Mike.
Listen carefully. Yes, I married the CEO's daughter, but it wasn't some cheap power grab like you're making it out to be. 8 years ago, I was recognized for my actual work ethic and accomplishments. Through that, I was introduced to my current wife. Not because of money, not because of connections, but because people trusted my character. We dated for 2 years. She knew about my past. She knew I'd been cheated on, divorced, left with nothing but debt and emotional bruises. And despite all that, she accepted me with grace and calm I didn't think anyone could show. Her parents welcomed me like a son. Even though I married into their family, they never once treated me as anything less. Her father personally trained me in the business. Long hours, hard lessons, no shortcuts. And when the time came, he passed the company on to me, not as a favor, but because I earned it.
That's not what I thought.
Of course it's not, because you didn't think. You just wanted. You wanted me to struggle without you. You wanted to believe I couldn't succeed unless I still loved you. You wanted to believe your cheating, your betrayal somehow inspired me. You were never a source of strength. You were a black hole. And climbing out of your orbit was the greatest thing I've ever done for myself.
But what about us? The second chance?
There is no second chance. There never will be. And if you ever dare suggest that my wife, my family, doesn't matter or isn't real again, you and I will have a very different kind of conversation. One that ends with a restraining order.
You don't mean that.
I absolutely mean it. Stop disrespecting my wife. Stop romanticizing the past. Stop acting like your presence in my life was anything but a mistake.
You're being cruel.
You invaded my life again after I told you to stay gone. And now you're shocked I'm shutting the door? That's not cruelty. That's finally enforcing a boundary!
But I loved you.
Then maybe you shouldn't have thrown that love away!
Mike.
If you ever contact me again, if you text, call, show up, I will report you. Don't think I'm bluffing!
You really mean this is the end?
No, Alice. The end was 10 years ago. This is just me saying it loud enough for even you to hear it. Goodbye.
Mike! I'm standing in front of your office building right now. I couldn't figure out where your house was, so I figured this would be faster. Listen, I need to talk to you. I actually went ahead and terminated the lease on my apartment. The paperwork's done. I have to move out in 2 weeks. I'll officially be homeless. But that's only because I truly believed we were going to get married again. I cut off ties with my old friends too, so I've got nowhere to go now. And all of that, this entire situation, is your responsibility, Mike. So please, take responsibility. Marry me. Mike! What the hell? I walked into the lobby just now and all of a sudden security surrounded me like I was a criminal. They escorted me out of the building. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was? I came all this way just to see you. You could have at least warned them I'd be stopping by. And by the way, I brought both the divorce and marriage registration forms. So let's just get this over with already. I'm heading back to the front desk in 10 minutes. This time, come deal with me properly. Ugh! Mike! This is getting ridiculous. They threw me out again. Are you kidding me? Why didn't you tell reception I'd be coming? What kind of future husband doesn't even alert the front desk that his bride-to-be is arriving? I'm not playing around anymore. If you don't fix this, I'm going to legal next. Tell them I'm your future wife and to welcome me with the respect I deserve. Make sure they address me properly. Future Madam CEO. Mike? What the hell was yesterday about? Security told me if I showed up again, they'd call the police. I had no choice. I had to leave. Is this how you treat the woman who loved you?
I'll be sending you a formal claim. Damages, emotional distress, medical expenses. Total $30,000. One-time payment, non-negotiable.
What the hell? This is the first message you send me after ignoring me all day?
I filed a police report. You're officially listed as a public disturbance and named in a damage claim.
Wait, you're serious?
Dead serious. When you forced your way into the building and caused that scene in the lobby, you knocked over multiple pallets of fragile products that were due for client delivery. All of them destroyed. We lost the entire shipment. That's thousands in losses.
That wasn't my fault. They shouldn't have blocked me.
Also, 2 people were physically injured during the incident. The front desk receptionist and one of the security staff suffered cuts and sprains trying to contain the situation you started. They're now under medical treatment. You'll be covering their compensation.
$30,000?
That number was calculated after consultation with my attorney. If you want the police report withdrawn, pay the amount in full.
You're giving me 2 choices. Pay 30 grand or get arrested?
Correct. Otherwise, the criminal case proceeds. Your name goes on record, you'll be prosecuted, and you'll have a permanent criminal history. Think carefully.
But I'm already in so much debt. I can't possibly handle more.
then you probably should have thought of that before showing up uninvited, unhinged, and violent. This is your mess. Clean it up.
This isn't fair. You knew I had debts. You knew I was being chased for money.
I did know. In fact, I had my team look into it when you kept popping up like some ghost from the past. Guess what we found?
What?
You've been slapped with multiple alimony claims over the past few years, repeated cheating. You slept with wealthy married men to try and get them to cover your debts. And each time the wife found out, and you ended up with more claims. It's a whole pattern of escalating recklessness, a spiral of manipulation, deceit, and stupidity.
You actually dug into my past?
You were so persistent, I figured something had to be off. And what do you know? Every move you've made in the past 10 years has been a desperate lunge for money. You don't love me. You just see me as another wallet to drain.
That's not true.
Save it! I'm not your solution, I'm not your savior, and I'm definitely not your fallback plan. I divorced you for a reason, and now I remember exactly why I should have done it sooner.
Mike, please, don't do this. You don't understand what I'm going through.
I understand exactly what you're going through, and it's not my problem.
But I don't have anyone else.
That's the consequence of living selfishly. Don't expect sympathy for a fire you started.
I was hoping we could try again.
And I've told you repeatedly, I am happily married, with children, with a life, a real life, one that you are not a part of and never will be.
Is this really the end?
This was over 10 years ago, but you're gonna force it to end again, this time legally.
Wait, Mike, wait, just let me.
I have a company to run and staff to protect. I don't have time to babysit the consequences of your drama. From here on, speak only through legal representation. Goodbye.
Mike! You can't ignore me like this. We were meant to be.
That day, I decided to address everything head on. I gathered everyone at the company for a staff-wide meeting. No vague statements, no dodging questions, just complete honesty. I stood at the front of the room and explained the situation in full without sugarcoating a single detail. The affair, the legal trouble, the emotional strain, and how everything had come to a head over the past few months. It wasn't easy. My voice caught a couple of times, and I could feel the tension in the room thickening with every word I spoke, but I owed them that much. Fortunately, many of the people in that room had known me from my earlier days with the company, back when I was just starting out as a junior staff member, still finding my footing. They'd seen me work late nights, pull weekend shifts, and step up when things got difficult. That history, that familiarity helped more than I realized. There was a kind of quiet understanding in their expressions as they listened, like they knew I wasn't the type to stir up trouble unless it was absolutely necessary. And for the employees who had joined after my divorce, the ones who didn't know the full backstory, that's where the senior staff stepped in. From what I later heard, a few of the veterans took it upon themselves to fill in the blanks, to explain the truth to the newer hires. Not in a gossiping, salacious way, but matter-of-factly. They explained the kind of person I was, the kind of turmoil I had been put through, and why it had all come to a public boiling point. Thanks to that, there was no awkward whispering behind my back, no cold stares, just quiet support and a collective willingness to move forward. By the end of the week, everything had settled back into routine. The office was calm again. We returned to our usual projects and deadlines. No one treated me differently. If anything, there was a sense of solidarity I hadn't felt in a long time. It was as if by opening up, I'd removed the elephant from the room, and in doing so, reminded everyone that personal chaos doesn't mean professional failure. But just when I thought things had finally reached a conclusion, something unexpected happened. My ex-wife managed to gather the full restitution amount that had been imposed on her by the court. Somehow, no one knows exactly how, she came up with the funds and paid everything back in one lump sum. That payment kept her from getting a criminal record. Technically speaking, she escaped becoming a convict, but it came at a heavy price. The money she used wasn't hers. Not really. It came from another loan. Another desperate deal with another creditor. Her debts, already overwhelming, had just increased again. She bought herself a sliver of temporary peace at the cost of sinking deeper into a financial hole she'll likely spend years trying to crawl out of. Last I heard, the lender who fronted her the money didn't just hand it over out of kindness. They secured a job for her at a labor-intensive workplace far from the city. She was sent there almost immediately, forced to start repaying the debt, not just with money, but with work. From what little information I've been able to gather, the conditions aren't ideal. She's not exactly in a position to negotiate hours or benefits. It's a position fueled by obligation, not ambition. And frankly, I think this might finally be the reality check she's long needed. After everything she's done, after all the lies, the betrayal, the damage, maybe now things can finally calm down. I don't say that with bitterness, just exhaustion. There's no joy in watching someone self-destruct. There's no satisfaction in hearing that she's struggling. But there is a sense of closure in knowing that I won't have to deal with any more sabotage, manipulation, or legal headaches. For the first time in years, I can take a breath and not wonder when the next disaster will arrive at my doorstep. Now, with that chapter finally closed, I can shift my focus back to what truly matters. My wife and her parents. They stood by me through all of this. Even when things got messy, even when the accusations flew and the news began to spread beyond our private circles, they never turned away. I know they were worried. I could see it in their eyes every time I came home late, looking drained and defeated. They held space for me to fall apart quietly, and they never pressured me to move faster than I was ready to. For that, I owe them more than words. So I've decided to plan something special, something that gives back to the people who carried me through the darkest months of my life. Soon, I'm gonna surprise them with a family trip, a proper vacation, somewhere warm, peaceful, and far removed from all the noise we've endured. I've already begun looking into resort packages, a beachfront villa, morning yoga, all-you-can-eat breakfast buffets. Something luxurious, yes, but more importantly, something restorative. I want to watch my wife laugh freely without worry. I want her parents to relax, to be pampered after the stress they carried on my behalf. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.